has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid.
Okay, you can be seated. Welcome, everybody, and good morning. Students, families, friends, and faculty, to the American International College 2021 Division of Nursing pinning ceremony. I'm Dr. Ellen Furman, Director of the Division. Today we gather to celebrate your entry into the noblest of all professions, nursing. Please know that we are all proud of your achievement and will, from this day forward, consider you both colleagues and fellow nurses. And I have to say that I would be remiss in not making note of the difficult year we've had, okay, or year and a half, I should say. And so I thank you for your patience and your persistence and making sure that you could progress despite last-minute changes to the curriculum, to meeting times and the like. And I can't thank faculty enough for making sure that you were able to go to clinical to meet the standards of both our accreditors and our regulators. And without them, we wouldn't be here today. All right, so I would like to introduce Dr. Karen Russo. She's the Dean of the School of Health Sciences, who will share greetings from both the School of Health Science as well as the administration. Karen?
Good morning, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. I want to welcome and congratulate the graduates of 2021. What a year. I also want to welcome their friends and family of these graduates, my fellow faculty and American International College administration who may be watching on this live stream, to our Division of Nursing commencement ceremony, which is going to look more different than any one that I have been in the many years at AIC, but I think probably the most special. Thank you for sharing in our celebration for the class of 2021 graduates as they complete programs in nursing at AIC. In all the time that I've worked in the School of Health Sciences, and specifically in my time as dean, and while I'll actually say my time when I worked as a nursing faculty, I've always been impressed at the dedication and passion of our nursing students. You are always focused on achieving your dream and your goal, but you're also focused on meeting your patients at their level and making sure that they can live their lives in the best possible way. That is truly a person-centered approach and a gift that you give to the world. Today is the beginning of the next leg of your journey in your career as nurses. And it's an exciting day, and you should feel a sense of pride at all of your accomplishments. You have worked very, very hard to get to this point in your life, even before what's happened in the last 16 months. But in this last year, it's been a time of groundbreaking challenges and changes and a worldwide pandemic that I never thought I would experience in my lifetime. Each of you have sacrificed, you've faced challenges, and you have persevered. You have managed to balance all of the personal stress that's been going on in your lives at home, focus on your studies, and expand your professional skills. I can say that over the years, I've always been amazed at how our students evolve and leading them into being wonderful professional nurses. And it's always a source of personal comfort when I encounter an AIC nursing alumni in the care encounter for my own personal family. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished. I really look forward to hearing from you about your careers and what you're doing in the future, and especially in the year of the pandemic, because I think I expect even greater things from you because of what you had to survive and work through. But I do want you to take over the next couple of days, and specifically today, a few minutes to embrace your success. Look back at all of your accomplishments and realize what you've done and what that means you have for potential to do in the future. Congratulations.
I'm going to first introduce, hold on, I want to make sure I'm in the right place. Our guest speaker. Oh, first I'm going to introduce faculty, if I might. Okay, so if you could just please stand after I introduce you. Professor Dina Dittmar. Professor Donna Polverini. Professor Lynette Wilson. Professor Alina LeClaire. Professor Maura O'Shea. Professor Althea Michelle, Dr. Aisha Ali, Professor Mary Tarbell, and Dr. Suze Kleeman. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and Professor Rose McKinnon, sorry. All right, so now I would like to introduce our guest speaker for today, chosen by a body of your peers, Dr. Suzanne Kleeman, assistant professor, to speak to the class.
Thank you, Dr. Furman. Well, look at you all, graduate nurses. Go ahead and give yourself a round of applause. All right, welcome to faculty who are here today. Welcome to family and friends who are bearing witness to this momentous occasion virtually. I'm so honored to speak at this pinning ceremony for this class of 2021. So on August 28th, 2018, you all walked into my classroom for Pathophysiology Pharmacology 1. I sensed a nervous excitement as you took out your shiny new notebooks. And then I remembered your second day, when you learned about cellular adaptation and what happens when a cell begins to undergo anaerobic metabolism. And then your third day, when we talked about inflammation, our friend bradykinin, and the complement cascade. And then, and I looked at your faces, back when I could actually see your faces. You leaned to the person next to you and said, "What is she talking about?" And that person shook their head and said, "I have no idea." Then you learned about NSAIDs and how they stop this process, and what the nurse's responsibility was when giving this medication. And so it began, layering the knowledge semester after semester, doing the work to get where you are right now. A few months ago, one of the current PathoPharm students was completing their APEX project and were asked to interview someone. You may remember doing this assignment when you were doing your APEX classes. She asked what advice I would give or I would offer to someone who is about to graduate. She asked me what was something I had wished someone had told me before starting my first nursing job, and she asked what lessons my work had taught me. And so I thought I would impart to you the same words that I spoke to her. My advice is this: do not be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. Embrace change. Don't be afraid of it, welcome it, live it, model it. Move around a little, see the world if the opportunity presents itself, of course when it's safe. Spend your money on experiences, not stuff. You don't need a ton of friends, you just need a select few you can depend on who will be there and will support you when you are at your best and your worst. Stay off Facebook when it comes to work-related stuff. And finally, your experiences will shape you into the person you will grow into, but it is the difficult times you will really learn from. What I have learned from my work. My clinical work challenges me in many ways. I have learned perseverance, persistence, and grit, and you will too. I have learned to work efficiently as my clinical work pulls me in many directions, as will yours. You will learn this too in whatever nursing role you choose. My work has taught me that with the right team, you can get through any nursing shift. Keep that in mind when you look at the people on your team, because you will need them. I have learned that laughter makes every shift just a little better, every class too, if I may add. I have learned you must be flexible. And finally, I have learned that it is really never about me. It's always about my patients, their families, my students, and my colleagues. Your job is yours alone, but the work you do will be for the benefit of others. Moving forward as a nurse, you will be present for some of life's most precious moments, from the moment someone takes their first breath to the moment when one takes their last. And these moments will take your breath away, and you will carry them with you. And it will remind you of why you chose to do this work. And finally, what did I wish someone had told me before I started my first nursing job? So that was a really tough one because I can honestly say that I felt really well prepared to enter the workforce. I had great professors when I was in school who were tough and they expected a great deal from me. And I remember every single one of them, and I think it's why I expected so much of you. After all, you will be taking care of all of us someday. Now, your work doesn't end here. There's that matter of that big exam that's looming in about 6 to 8 weeks. But I know you're primed for success. I believe in you because you did the work. Remember to follow the nursing process. Make sure you have all the data you need before calling the provider at 2 a.m. And whatever you do, do not call them about normal vital signs. Remember that bellies should be soft and squishy. Remember that not everyone over age 60 is confused. And if you have to put your coffee and donut down immediately, it is because your patient is in trouble, and you must intervene. So no nursing speech would be incomplete without mentioning Florence. Dear Florence, Nightingale once said, "I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse." It's one of my favorite quotes by her. Don't make excuses for why you can't do something. Just try. Own up to your mistakes, for you will grow from them. Everything we do in life should have a purpose. You are a survivor. You completed your last year of nursing school in a pandemic, and you're entering this profession as we continue to battle COVID-19. You will be tested. You will be called upon to make great sacrifice, and you will be asked to step out of your comfort zone and step up. And I hope that you will rise up to that challenge, to push yourself harder than you can imagine and make no excuses. Hear this now. It will be hard. It will make you tired. And sometimes it will make you question what you're doing. Just remember, it's not about you. You are doing this for them, for those who cannot speak, for those who cannot breathe, for those who are wrestling with demons, for those in crisis, for those who need healing. This is what we do. This is nursing. I hope that someday our paths will cross again. On May 15th, your degree will be officially conferred. On May 16th, I will no longer be Professor Kleeman to you. I will just be Sue, proud to stand beside you. Congratulations, class of 2021, and welcome to the team.
All right, now I'd like to introduce the class speaker, who was also voted on by a body of his peers, Louis Amwabar. You want to come up and say a few words, please?
Hello, everyone. Hello, professors. And welcome. So, my name is Louis Martial. The professors always got it wrong, but that's okay. And I'm a nursing graduate student. We are nursing graduate students, by the way. So, let me start by saying thanks to the Director of Nursing, Dr. Furman, and our amazing faculty members for making this pinning happen, for putting up with us in the beginning. We were a tough class. But this opportunity gives us the last chance to sit here together as a class one last time. We are forever more grateful. Thank you. Firstly, throughout the 4 years at AIC, some of us lost loved ones prematurely. This has also been compounded by this pandemic, where millions of lives have been lost. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge those that we would like for them to be here with us. And looking back, all of us remember the first day on campus. Your aim was to become nurses. You were probably told been told by your friends, family, and others that nursing school is hard. Definitely is hard. But we survived Professor Dittmar's dosage class. Y'all remember that? D over H times V. And we thought that was easy. And then there was drip rates. Came out of nowhere. Heparin titration. That took us by surprise. But we did it. And we made it past patho. Dr. Clemens, can you believe that? An intro. That was crazy. New words coming at us we didn't know about. But we stood firm. We persevered. So we rose to the challenges and the expectations that came after. And thanks to Dr. Ali's nursing research class, you may now find a APA manual under my pillow. And Dr. Clemens' med-surg class, thanks to her, we were all self-diagnosing as she descriptively taught us how the human body worked and different interventions to make our patients feel better. Along with Professor Proverini and Professor Leclerc, we learned to be critical thinkers. But some of us probably still struggle to figure out whether it's oxygen first or elevate the head of the bed. But I promise we'll get it. When things got stressful, we found a little bit of therapy in Professor Michel's psych class. The 3 cycles, that was me and Andrea, and one that's not here with us anymore, but that was us 3. We learned aromatherapy. We needed that. Gloves and Loaded had us jamming with the mashup of musics. That was fun. The Good Vibes, you know who you were, reminded us to have a mantra. When things got tough, when our backs were against the wall, we need to say, I can do this. The T, yeah, Elise, right? Yoga chair, that was their exercise. And during med-surg, we all needed a yoga chair. During complex 8 hours of studying, we needed a yoga chair to get up, to move your butt a little bit. And the stones and crystals have shown us that you could use other avenues, such as crystal stones, that was imbued with soothing properties to help us calm the nerves. We thank you. And the Leeds 2020, yeah, some of you, Leeds 2020, had us travel vicariously to tropical beaches with their guided therapy. Thank you, Professor Michel, for reminding us that not everything requires a pharmacological intervention. But more importantly, these exercises were about self-care. Remember to take care of yourselves. After these long 4 years, we needed this, the end. We needed that. I'm very happy to be here. We'll find time to regroup and rejuvenate and celebrate this achievement. As this chapter closes, a new one begins. And don't forget the NCLEX. We had the opportunity, for many of us, we had the opportunity to care for a variety of patients in clinical. Let me share one moment that really stood out with me. In maternity, I was blessed to assist in the delivery of a newborn. That moment really stuck with me. I'd never seen anything like that. And as I walk out of the room, Andrea looks at me and is like, "What, Louis?" And I'm like, "I just got a baby." I just had a baby. Seriously. That's the power of nursing, guys. There will be tough times ahead. We will struggle sometimes, but together we can help one another. Remember, some patients may not seem like it, but they need us. Remember that those tough days will be balanced with laughters and joys shared. And we may not know the impact we make on their lives, but they'll remember the impacts we made for them. They will remember that even though it's not being said. So when you come to work, bring your best self forward and remind yourself that you can do this. And finally, just want to say, remember that there is no single story, Dr. Ali. So remember that the type of nursing you all said you wish you would strive to be. Be compassionate, open-minded, culturally competent, and above all, be the best nurse that you can be. As we embarked on this journey as students, we knew very little. We knew very little, honestly. But now, American International College gave us the foundation. The only stupid questions are the questions you don't ask. So, if you really, really, really got to wake up a doctor at 2 a.m., doctor, you got to do it if it's important. So be inquisitive, despite the fact that it may be daunting. As I end this, I want to give a big thank you to Professor O'Shea and Professor Wilson. Our expeditions as nursing students began with you. You prepared us well, and the future nursing class will be very happy to have you. Class of 2021, we made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis. All right, the next, I'd like to make a couple of honorable mentions. Academic awards are handed out annually, and again, that was, we weren't able to meet in a formal ceremony this year, but I still want to acknowledge these students. So the Lillian Solomon Award was given to the senior nursing student who had the highest GPA, and that would be Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer, if you could please stand. You could just stand. And the other award is the Leadership in Nursing Award. It's given to the student who exemplifies extraordinary leadership qualities, both in academic and clinical settings, and this year's recipient was Derek Blackburn. Derek. Congratulations to you both. Next, we're going to have the class video. So if we could cue video, please. It's going to just take a few seconds to drop down. Yeah, yes, we can watch it. All right, now for the time that we've all been waiting for, presentation of pins. You might wonder why pins, okay? And the awarding of pins dates back to the Crusades when the Maltese Cross was awarded as a symbol of service and honor. Florence Nightingale went to school with me. Is considered the founder of nursing. And she perpetuated the awarding of pins in the Nightingale School of Nursing, which I visited in London. The pin or the badge symbolized educated women, and now men, who were prepared to serve the health needs of society. Over time, schools of nursing have designated and awarded customized pins. So the AIC pin, which you're about to receive, was designed in 1987 by the AIC Artist-in-Residence Alvin Page. The AIC pin symbolizes the ideals of the college, including the tenets of social justice. The pin bears the name of the college and the motto, Post Tenebras Lux, meaning after the darkness, light, which speaks to the student entering a new world born through education. The insignia represents the Division of Nursing and its mission. The three-dimensional letters of AIC with the I on the top indicates interdiversity, interracial, and international college community as envisioned by its creator, Alvin Page. So now for the presentation of pins. And ordinarily we would pin each student with a ribbon around your neck, but keeping in mind social distancing. We're going to hand you an envelope with your pin in it, and I ask that you, there'll be a picture here, and then you'll go stage left and you'll have a formal picture taken with your diploma or your diploma holder. And that then you'll go down the right side of the stage over there, okay? But I ask that you not open your pin at the envelope with your pin in it at that time. We're gonna do that as a class, okay? So I think we're good to go. Professor Ali?
Very excited for all of you. And we first have Ariel Maria Alvarez. Louis Martial. Okay, we have Louis Martial Boa Anbobo. Arlenis Baez. Jennifer Baez. Shamika Barrett. Hagar Bentel. Asina Bibi. Derek Blackburn. Elise Brummett. Brooke Brunault. No card. Daniel Bradley Deneen. Fumi Edabiri. Nicole Kristen Gauthier. Irina Gonchuk. Haley Rose Gould. Aileen Hernandez. Madeline Isabita. Estera Janik. No, that's okay. Nadine M. Kabula. Stephanie Marie Kazmarzik. Elizabeth M. Kenyon. Jesse Raja Kokosa. Of course. Leah A. Labreck. Elizabeth M. Lobick. Sarah Marie Lombardo. Jennifer L. Lopez. Rebecca McCumber. Hannah Manzi. Michelle A. Mateo. Andrea Mazzarella. Erica R. Mitchell. Anthony T. Mwangi. Ijoma Iwoso. Yulia Putsakovich. Alyssa Reardon. Okay. Brenda Lopez. Alexia Scarlato. Madeline Skravanik. It's always been a tough one for me. Wendelise Smith Diaz. Janelle Sheree Thomas. Alea Valderrama. Taya, I love her name, Vivenzio. Madison Ward. Eva Anna Yasenko. Congratulations to all of you.
Yep, they got to do their pins first. All right, I think everybody's, oh, we got to wait for Eva. Okay, now's the time. I ask you to go ahead and open your envelopes, remove your pins, and place it on yourself. And once you do that, if you could please stand up so that we could get a momentous picture. Welcome to nursing. Okay. Yeah, got enough pictures? Great, thank you. All right, next, I have the privilege and the honor to be able to have the MSN students. So these are students graduating, like you will be in a few years, with master's degrees in nursing. I've had the privilege of certainly introducing these students to the graduate nursing program a few years ago, and now I get the true privilege of seeing them graduate, and all of them, I think all of them that are present, becoming family nurse practitioners. So it's a proud moment. So I'm gonna ask that, Diane, if you wanna help me, I'd like to acknowledge Diane Carmichael, who without Diane's help, neither the undergraduate or the graduate programs could function. So I hope we all appreciate Diane. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask the MSN students to come on up. Olga Buchachi. Tanisha Camacho. Brent Faherty. Paula Freelick. Helen Hardy. Alexa Murray. Milady Perez. Amanda O'Halloran. And Katie Winslow. And I do feel I have to say that many of them are AIC undergrads as well. Yeah. So I expect to see all of you back in a few years. Now I come to somewhat of a bittersweet moment. We have some faculty members that are retiring from full-time nursing practice. So first I'd like to mention Dr. Suze Kleeman. No, she's not retiring, but she's moving on. Sorry. Thank you. Thanks. So Dr. Kleeman graduated from her, with her BSN from Catholic University. She has her MSN from AIC in nursing education. She got a postmaster's certificate from University of Connecticut as adult geriatric acute care nurse practitioner, and her DNP from University of Connecticut as well. She first came to AIC in 2006, so that's 15 years ago. And she's taught, as you all know, Med-Surg, Patho-Pharm, and she also teaches in the graduate program, the 3 Ps. So thank you, Suze, for all your... One moment. Whew, okay. Dr. Aisha Ali. Bittersweet. Dr. Ali received her bachelor's, master's, and PhD from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. She came to AIC in 1991, so if you want to do the math, that's 30 years ago. I think everybody knows she teaches public health nursing, family-focused nursing, and trends and issues, and she's really, truly a legend here at AIC. So we wish you well, Dr. Ali. Oh, popcorn. So you see, you all have to come back to the MSN education track because we will need faculty. Next, I want to mention Professor Margaret McKinnon. Rose. Professor McKinnon received her diploma in nursing from St. Joseph's Hospital School of Nursing in Nova Scotia, Canada. Her BSN from St. Xavier University in Nova Scotia. Her master's in education from Springfield College. She came to AIC in 1998, so if you do your math, it's 23 years ago. And she has taught Med-Surg, nursing leadership and management, as well as been a tremendous help in the lab. Professor McKinnon. Oh boy. Pardon me. Next, I have Professor Donna Polverini. Professor Polverini got her BSN from St. Anselm's College, her master's from UMass Amherst. She came to AIC in 1997, and again, if we do the math, it's 24 years ago. She taught has taught med-surg, and will continue to do so, I hope. Leadership and Management in Nursing, as well as Senior Seminar. Professor Polverini. Oh. That's tough. Okay. So now, in closing, okay, you can actually go celebrate. I want to thank you for the privilege of being, we all want to thank you for being the privilege of allowing us to be your mentors into this wonderful profession. And I want to quote my classmate, Florence Nightingale. I ask that you do all in your power to maintain and elevate the standards of our profession. Be loyal to your work and devoted towards the welfare of those committed to your care. Thank you, one and every one of you. Congratulations.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
Yes, I can. Doubt, better leave. I wonder what this plan. Pull me, grab me, grabs in the bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president one day. January 1st. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one thinking what gossip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you brought? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like a winner, Manchester, that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I was a needle in a haystack. I'm a body boy, plus way back. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.